Hey guys, I'm the team. Video blogging to you live from, well, I'm recording it live, which is, I guess everyone does, from the second most densely populated country on the planet Earth. Look at all this traffic. I can barely navigate the street. Topic of the video is a new theory on physical beauty and why you are attracted to good-looking people and not ugly people. And this is really interesting. This is a theory that I've never heard before in my life. Like there's people that have looked at like the maths behind physical attraction, like if someone's eyes and this are symmetrical, and they've actually like developed like apps or software that can like look at a picture and tell if someone is good looking or not just by the symmetry of their face. Okay, so I found that interesting, and I was like, oh, okay. So, but this is very different than that. I was talking with a Chinese doctor who practices Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and he cures everything from cancer to allergies, like stuff that is supposedly can't be cured, like allergies, he can cure, and he does miracles on a regular basis. I've seen him fix all sorts of stuff. So long story short, I have a lot of respect for him, and I know he knows his shit, and he's taught me a lot. There's a lot of stuff that I know, so I pay attention when he talks, and I try to remember what he teaches. And with that in mind, I think we're just going to talk about one aspect. I'm going to make multiple videos on these, like Chinese, I don't know, Chinese medicine secrets, Chinese alternative Chinese secrets, something like that. But this is just interesting. Everything in the body is connected, and what I mean by that is, like, for example, the bottom of your foot. It's already a fact that if you, like, there's nerves on the bottom of your foot that connect to pretty much everything. Like, you can, like, a person who understands nerves in the foot, they can like push on a point in your foot and it could like make you want to go to the bathroom, or they can push on a different part of your foot and it could like wake you up, or this or that. Like, they can stimulate different organs and everything just from the bottom of your foot. And it's the same with the hands, and this is the interesting part, it's the same with the face. That's what he was saying. He's like, yeah, like different parts of your face are connected to different organs. So if you have, and then he was saying, like, there are some people when they smile, their smile is crooked. That's due to like internal injuries, like they have like a weak kidney or a weak heart, like they were born with like an organ defect, and due to that you can see it on their face. So people, yeah, and I was really blown away that like someone who smiles and like half their mouth smiles more than the other half or something like that, that's due to something inside of them. And this guy is so like in tune with people and whatnot. I once brought him a customer, it was more of a friend of mine. I brought him a friend. I visited the doctor with a friend of mine, and me and my friend walked in the door, and he looked up, he's at his desk, and he looks up at the two of us, he looks at me, he knows me, looks at my friend for a whole, I don't know, 3 seconds, and then he turns to me, and he says in Chinese, which my friend doesn't understand, he says, oh, your friend has brain damage from long-term drug use. And I just laughed, like, and I don't know if my friend does drugs or not, because I'd only been friends with him like a couple of weeks. So I thought it was a funny thing to say. Like, he just meets the guy and within a couple of seconds says your friend has brain damage. So I turned to my friend, and being the guy that I am, translate and tell him, he says you got brain damage from long-term drug use. And my friend kind of just nodded solemnly and said, yeah, well, my parents put me on Ritalin when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I've been on Ritalin, which is pretty much crystal meth, my whole life. So that makes sense. And I was like, whoa. And it took him 3 seconds to diagnose him as being brain damaged. Like, holy, like, it's just, anyways. So back to the good looks thing. So he went on to say that like what we would consider a stereotypical good-looking symmetrical face reflects the fact that the person is healthy internally, and that's the reason why. Like, because, you know, attraction is all about mating, and mating is all about creating offspring. So we are what was I trying to say? I'm not getting. I'm missing one word. Our preferences. There you go. How about that word? It's not the word I wanted, but it'll do. Our preferences, our subconscious preferences, are programmed into us because we look at what we consider a beautiful face, and it actually shows that they were born with like healthy, strong organs. And of course, there's going to be exceptions to this rule. Someone's going to say, "Oh, look at this gorgeous person that I know and they actually had a heart defect or this or whatever." There's going to be exceptions, but as a general rule, you can see. So it's really crazy. It's kind of sad too, because if you're really, you know, if you're physically ugly, then that it means you really got the short straw, because not only would your face be ugly, but it would also indicate that your organs are unhealthy as well. So it doesn't mean you're a bad person, but yeah. And then yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Another thing that he also comments on a lot is overweightness. He says fats on different parts of the body indicate unhealthiness in different organs. Like if you've got fat on your side of your waist, and that is an extra strain on like your kidneys or this, and it's not necessarily fat over an area. Like you don't need to have a fat chest to put strain on your heart. Like it could be fat, like a belly could be fat, like a beer belly could put strain on the heart, or a fat in a certain, but it's different areas of the body, and the fat in those specific areas, like the fat that some women get under their arms, like those what are they called, bingo arms or bingo whatever. What is it? Bingo wings, I think some people call them. Yeah, but just fat underneath like the bicep there. That specifically indicates like a problem with a certain organ, and it's just like, it's crazy how it's all connected. Which is why it's for Chinese doctors who actually care more about health and preventative than they do just treating symptoms. They're much more strongly against being overweight than, say, Western doctors. Western doctors are like, "Oh yeah, it's okay to be a bit heavy as long as you're healthy." Eastern doctors are like, "No, if you're heavy, you are not healthy. It's not, you know, it's you can't have. It's just, you know, overweightness is unhealthiness. They're one and the same." So yeah, I don't know, and I know this video could offend people for a multitude of reasons, but and nothing is absolute again. So I don't want to hear any comments about, "Oh yeah, my cousin is super hot and she had this kind of a defect," or whatever. You would need to you know, you would need to do I don't know how much truth there is to this, but you would need to do like a large survey to verify, or what's the opposite of verify? I don't know. It's like, forget it. Edit out the end of this video. Got a car coming up fast and hard. Speaking of fast and hard, I haven't seen my boyfriend in a while. Suzuki Solio. Let's see if he parks in the scooter parking spot. Huh? He doesn't. Good for him. I don't know where I am. Oh! I just now figured out where I am. I go swimming down this road right here. There's a swimming pool just half a block up there. Okay, so that's it. That's the video. Yeah, it's interesting, and I was just kind of amazed by that, because it kind of makes sense, because you really can trace the nerves that connect your organs to the bottom of your feet. You really can connect like your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidney, all of that to your hands. You can like look at someone's hands and tell if different organs are in distress or not. And supposedly, and this is new to me, you can connect all those things to your face as well. It's all connected, which is amazing to me.